Each of us, at some point in our lives, faces challenges that feel too big, too overwhelming. Whether it's fear, self-doubt, anger, or anxiety, these emotions can feel like powerful forces, like demons that hold us back. What if there was a way to face these demons, not with force or resistance, but with understanding and compassion? What if instead of fighting, we fed these demons, giving them what they truly need? In doing so, we not only transform them, but we transform ourselves. This is the practice of feeding your demons, and today, we're going to walk through this powerful, life-changing technique developed by Tsultrim Allione. This practice comes from ancient Tibetan Buddhist teachings but has been simplified for modern use. The principle is simple: our demons are our own inner fears and emotions. Instead of pushing them away, we treat them with kindness, offering them what they need so they can transform, and in the process, so can we. Before we dive into the practice, let's first understand what these demons really are. In Buddhist teachings, demons aren't external creatures, they're the internal challenges that we all face. Fear, anger, jealousy, stress, these are the demons that disrupt our peace of mind. Often, we try to avoid them, suppress them, or distract ourselves. But when we ignore these feelings, they tend to grow stronger. The feeding your demons practice invites us to face these challenges head-on, to acknowledge and honor them. And in doing so, we realize that they aren't as fearsome as we once thought. By giving them what they need, often love, acceptance, or compassion, we allow them to dissolve or transform. This is where healing begins. Tsultrim Allione, who adapted this practice for the modern world, was inspired by the Tibetan Buddhist practice of chod, which means cutting through. It involves cutting through ego and fear by facing your deepest challenges. By engaging with our demons rather than running from them, we cut through the layers of resistance and tap into our deepest strengths. The first step in this practice is to find your demon. Close your eyes and take a moment to reflect. What is the main emotion or challenge that is troubling you right now? It could be fear, fear of failure, fear of being judged. Or it might be anger, frustration, or sadness. It could even be anxiety or stress. Take a few deep breaths and ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? Is it a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach? Identify the feeling and focus on it. This feeling, this discomfort, is your demon. Allow yourself to be fully present with this emotion. Don't try to push it away or control it. Simply observe it. This is the first step in learning to feed your demons, acknowledging them. Often, we want to avoid or suppress our discomfort, but in this practice, we begin by bringing it to light. Now that you've found the demon, it's time to give it a form. Visualize this feeling as a separate entity outside of yourself. What does it look like? Is it a dark cloud, a shadowy figure, or a specific creature? Is it large or small? Does it have a color, a texture? Imagine it standing or sitting in front of you, outside your body. Don't judge or fear this figure, just observe it. The purpose of personifying the demon is to create a separation between you and the emotion. By giving it a form, we begin to see that it is not us, it is just a part of us that can be understood, interacted with, and ultimately healed. Now, it's time to ask your demon a question: what do you need? This is a crucial moment in the practice. Listen carefully. Often, our demons need something simple: love, acceptance, or attention. Perhaps they need to be acknowledged rather than ignored. Once you understand what the demon needs, visualize yourself offering it. If it asks for love, imagine offering love in the form of light or energy. If it needs attention, sit with it and give it your full presence. Imagine the demon consuming what you offer, and watch how it begins to change. Does it become smaller, less intimidating, or more peaceful? By feeding it with compassion and understanding, we are not giving in to our emotions, but transforming them. The demon is no longer a threat. It is simply a part of us that needed nurturing. Now, you'll step into the demon's perspective. Imagine that you are becoming the demon. See the world through its eyes. What does it feel like to be this demon? What are its fears, its desires? What is the demon's experience? By stepping into its shoes, you gain a deeper understanding of this part of yourself. Often, our demons are not as terrifying as they seem once we understand their true nature. Take a few moments to fully experience what it's like to be the demon. Notice how this perspective shift changes your relationship with this emotion. By becoming the demon, you integrate it into your awareness. It becomes a part of your growth rather than something to fear. As you step back into your own body, notice the transformation. How has the demon changed? Is it smaller, lighter, or even gone? Take a moment to reflect on this process of feeding your demon. You've transformed it from something you feared into something you now understand and integrate into your life. This practice shows us that the parts of ourselves we once resisted can become our greatest teachers. When we approach our fears with compassion, we grow. As you complete this practice, feel the sense of lightness and peace that comes with it. You've made peace with this part of yourself, and you can return to this practice whenever you need to face a new challenge. So, what are the benefits of feeding your demons? First and foremost, this practice helps us develop self-compassion. Instead of rejecting or suppressing our negative emotions, we learn to engage with them in a loving and mindful way. This leads to emotional healing and balance. When we confront our inner fears and difficulties with understanding, they lose their power over us. Additionally, feeding your demons helps break negative patterns. Instead of getting stuck in cycles of anger, fear, or stress, we learn how to approach these emotions differently. Over time, this creates a profound shift in how we relate to ourselves and others. We become more patient, compassionate, and resilient. This practice also fosters greater self-awareness. By engaging with your demons, you gain a deeper understanding of your own mind and emotions. This insight allows you to make more conscious choices in your daily life, leading to greater inner peace. Feeding your demons is a practice that you can use again and again, each time a new challenge or emotion arises. It reminds us that the parts of ourselves we try to ignore or fight against are often the ones that hold the keys to our greatest growth. Through compassion and understanding, we transform our inner struggles into opportunities for healing and transformation. If you found this practice helpful, make it a part of your regular mindfulness routine. And remember, whenever you feel overwhelmed by negative emotions, instead of pushing them away, try feeding them. The results may surprise you. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that can help you on your journey to inner peace and personal growth.